Child predators do not want children to understand their body and their rights, which is why I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite children's resources about how to empower children through knowledge about their body and what is and is not appropriate and safe. This book is one of my absolute favorites. It's called My Body Belongs to Me by Jill Starashevsky, and there is a YouTube video that goes along with this that I absolutely love and always recommend to parents who reach out and want resources. Most often in these types of children's books, there's a message to teachers or the adults who are going to read them, which are extremely helpful. And this book is definitely geared more towards a younger audience. Simple language, not too much wording, and beautiful illustrations. The message is clear, the language is simple, and in the end, the child speaks up and is empowered.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
Boy Scouts of America, and this time it's the reason you think it is. If you have a child involved in the Boy Scouts of America, please do yourself a favor. If you haven't already, go to Hulu and watch the new documentary, Leave No Trace. These motherfuckers had me for years involved. I was really high up in the Boy Scouts of America when my son was in from 2011 to 2019. I volunteered for everything. I did everything. I did direct work for our district with the Boy Scouts of America. And all along, they were taking all of our money that we were paying into, all of the money that the boys were working hard for, selling popcorn and selling camp cards to pay off pedophiles and to protect pedophiles. The many hundreds of thousands of dollars that have gone into this organization have gone to pay off pedophiles and to protect them. They never should have become an organization. They never should have been able to have stayed an organization after all these allegations came out. But the government protected them as well and kept them and allowed them to take our boys and trust them and keep their pure name. Because let me tell you, I had no idea how deep the pedophilia went within the organization. I was an involved mom. I was there. My son never even went to camp without a parent being there because I don't trust anybody. But if you do, if they make you feel like they're trustworthy, they're lying to you. The BSA is not looking out for our boys. They are not vetting these people properly that they allow to teach our boys, take them to camp and ride in vehicles with them. Yes, there's rules. There's rules you're supposed to follow. But as more and more parents have to work and have more children and cannot help out within the organization, that leaves you trusting strangers with your kids. And these strangers have ill intent. They want you to trust them and to leave your kids with them and to allow them to go home with them. Please watch this documentary. I am incensed that I ever gave this organization money, my child, and my time for them to go off and protect pedophiles and treat them like they are the victims. It's bullshit.
Hey, Will. That's what you're doing, bro. Well, if you don't, I'm going to call the police if you don't have a conversation.
Okay.
I will call the police out here right now.
Okay.
Step outside. I don't need you inside the door.
God, I knew
Will,
I
I will
knew
call the
it.
police.
I knew it.
Yeah, you knew it, so step outside and have a conversation.
You're like,
I am recording for my safety and
I'm
your
not
safety.
gonna hurt you, dude.
Well, I'm not going to hurt you either, but it's for everybody's safety, so we know you. Nobody
I
is.
told him this, like, you can pat me down. You can pat me down. You can.
Is that all the clothes you got for her in your room?
Dude,
come on, man. Come here. Come out here and talk to me.
look,
I'll call the police. I know right where you're at. Do you either want to go to jail today, or do you want to have a conversation?
Yes, I'll have a conversation.
Okay, so my conversation is, Will, first of all, so you're from Nevada?
I'm not gonna say everything about myself.
Why?
Because you're recording me.
That's what, I mean, I can call the police. I know right where you're at.
Are you? How old are you really?
It doesn't matter how she's not a minor. I know you're blown away that she's not really 14.
Well, I'm kind of.
Because you were in love with her.
Oh my god, this is messed up, man.
It is messed up. So.
Like, oh my god, how do you talk to someone like that?
How do you talk to someone like that? Let's start there. The shit you've said to this minor.
You thought we're 14. He wanted to get me pregnant this weekend.
I wasn't going to, actually.
But you said it multiple times. You were going to take me out of the country.
You talked about
No,
taking...
don't put your hands up. You are nasty. You are one of the nastiest guys I've talked to, and I've talked to 16 different guys.
Alright, I fucked up, okay?
We knew that.
A lot of people say
we knew you fucked up as soon as you started talking to this
I
mic.
am literally recently single with a girl that I was with.
I know,
and
you
I'm
told
fucked up
me,
with
but
her.
it doesn't mean you go
You're right.
You're a decent-looking man, and you're going for a 14-year-old.
It was stupid, I know.
It's
Very
not.
stupid.
Let's not say it's stupid because you knew it was you were okay with
So
it.
what is this really? What is this really?
Question right quick. In prison, are inmates that are in there for child crimes treated different from other inmates?
My name's Justice. In 2019, in November, I was released after finishing a 14-year sentence here in Texas prisons. Covered 8 units. You hear me? In response to this question, we smash them on sight. We got bros that got life sentences, multiple life sentences, don't give a fuck. They walk around with a shank, and they're called sharks. Personally finding these motherfuckers and targeting them out. When they hit one, they're usually going to get segged and shot to another unit. They work their way out of seg back into population just to go find another one and keep going through it and through it. You can only give a man so many life sentences. He's only going to live once. Personally, because I knew I had a chance of coming back to this free world, there's a bunch of it. Our goal was to disable him and disform him. I don't want him dead. I want this motherfucker to look in the mirror every day and look at a missing part of his mouth, a tongue cut out, ears cut out. We want this fucker deformed, and people know why he's deformed. When they look, damn, what did that to you? Man, I fucked with a kid, or I killed a kid, or I beat on a woman, I raped a woman. We don't tolerate that shit, man. Because we're in prison, we don't get to see our kids. We don't get to see our women. We don't get to feel the warm touch of a woman or have her cook us a meal or hold somebody at night. We don't get to hear our kids play and laugh and daddy, daddy, daddy. We don't get to hear that shit. And you want to go fuck with one? You're going to get what's coming to you. Here in Texas, you will. Guaranteed.
I think it's important to understand the mindset of pedophiles. And I want to talk about an advanced training I took. In this training, we had 2 men from the prison. Both had undergone voluntary castration. One was 2 years after castration. One was 5 years after castration. And I'd like to tell you what they said. The first one, at 2 years, he said that he felt he had been cured. He felt that this had changed him, and he felt that he could get out and be a part of society. He was due out, I believe, in about 5 or 6 years. The second one was far more interesting. He said, "This is not in my penis. This is in my brain. I am a danger to all children. Never let me out."
Man, this shit is motherfucking ridiculous, man. You feel me? Hey, y'all doing a hell of a good job. I ain't lying. You're doing a hell of a good job.
Sexualizing children is bad. Including inanimate.
Bro, oh my god.
If you post your children online, even if you're not showing their face, I need you to stop and listen. I have just stumbled down a rabbit hole that I wish I never had. Ignorance is bliss. It really is. But as a parent, when you know better, you need to do better. I'm sure we have all seen the videos circulating around about like Ren Eleanor and all of that just mess. But then I started doing my own digging. I just fell down the Pinterest rabbit hole and I found a man named Kurt who commented on a picture of Ren from Ren Eleanor saying cute. So I clicked on his profile. And then I clicked on his saved, where it shows all of the pictures that he has saved. And it's just little kids just doing little kid things. He has videos saved of a little baby, probably 10 months old, just from the legs down walking. Something that we would see as so innocent. Little kids' feet and hundreds of little girls doing gymnastics. You guys, I get it. I have seen the arguments of, well, I should be allowed to post what I want of my child or let my child dress how they want to because it's not our fault. We shouldn't be sexualizing them. It's the creep's fault, and I agree. But the fact of the matter is they are out there and they are not leaving anytime soon. And it is your job as the parent to protect your child. They can make their own decisions when they're older, but while they're young and innocent, it is your job to protect them from that. Mom Uncharted put it perfectly when she said, if you knew there were creeps at a water park and you knew that they were there and watching, but you didn't know who they were, would you still bring your child to that water park? And the answer better be no. Guys, most of these pictures that I just found are innocent. There was a video of 2 little boys playing a video game, and they started smacking their own bottoms because that's what one of the characters in the video game was doing, and he had that saved on his board. A toddler pointing to her toes, he had saved. A baby learning how to walk. An infant. I think that we forget sometimes that these creeps are not looking for children who look more mature. They want them just how they are. Please, if you post your children, maybe reconsider.
If you are the kind of parent that is deeply determined to scare off all sexual predators from your children, I have a therapy tip for you. We know that the majority of childhood sexual abuse happens at the hands of somebody who is known and trusted by that child's family, which means you can't rely on your gut or your intuition to know who is or isn't a pedophile in the vicinity of your child. But another truth about these people is that they do not want to get caught. Many of them are influential members of society and care a lot about looking good on the outside. So send a clear message to every single person who is ever going to have access and possible privacy with your child that you are thinking about and not afraid to address the topic of childhood sexual abuse. With my daycare providers, I always make a point to say, hey, by the way, I just wanted you to know that my girls refer to their genitalia as their vulva because I teach them that so that they know the correct words because I know for a fact that that scares off sexual predators. If my daycare provider isn't a sexual predator, they don't care that I said that to them. And if they are, they took very clear note that I am paying attention. And while we can't with 100% certainty guarantee that our children won't be harmed at some point in their journey, we can at least send a clear message to these predators that we're watching.